Warning, this video isn't for anyone under the age of 16. If you're under 16 years old, please leave the video now because we do get into some adult type shit. Thank you. Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy CharlesISanimeWorld, and welcome to my review of UNDEAD UNLUCK Chapter 21. Overall, this was a great chapter to start off this brand new arc, the Unrepair arc that we're getting into. I really enjoyed this chapter, but before I really get into this review, guys, I want to say a few things. And I know some of you are just going to skip it, and if you do, it's understandable. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to say this. Last week, I did my review for Chapter 20. It wasn't well received, to say the least, even though I just gave my honest opinion. And to be honest, you know, that with other things, I was actually thinking about retiring from YouTube. And I'm being serious here. I actually was thinking about retiring. I'm actually still am thinking about retiring from YouTube. I'm going to leave all that in the air. I'm really contemplating about doing it. I've been doing YouTube for a long time now, and I just don't know, you know, but I'm thinking about it. Let me know in the comment section below if you actually care, you know. Would you like me to actually retire and stop doing these, or do you not even care, or do you really care, you know? But anyway, let's talk about Chapter 21. Now, this arc, you know, starting off already, it kind of reminds me of the York New arc in Hunter x Hunter, you know, because, you know, you have this black market auction going off and you have all these mafia guys there and everybody has to dress, you know, swanky. You know, it kind of has that feel to it when Gone and Killua had to dress, you know, for that black market auction. You know, it has that feel to it. So Andy and Fuko and Tatiana's new mission is to infiltrate this black market auction that deals with negators, umas, and artifacts that the Union hasn't been able to get their hands on yet, okay? And also to find unrepair, excuse me. So, think about this black market auction, you know, negators, you know, so they're actually selling people in this black market auction. You know, that's what these guys are doing, and they're going to use their abilities for who knows what, you know. And artifacts, could you imagine an artifact getting in the hands of the mafia? That sounds horrific. It really does. So I really love the scene where Fuko and Andy are picking out their clothes to wear, you know, and Fuko in that Chinese dress was just, it was perfect. It really was. But then, you know, Andy saying, you know, you got to show some skin just in case, you know, we get into some trouble and I need some of that unluck. You know, I got to be able to touch as much as I can, you know, possibly can. And then Fuko says, you know, I'm really not comfortable with these kind of clothes. Then Andy says, what are you talking about? You know, you had on some skimpy clothes the first time I met you. And then Fuko says, you know, I was going to die. You know, I was going to kill myself. So, you know, I just threw on anything. It was great. I really love their back and forth. And is it just me? But when they got to the beach, you know, after they picked out their clothes, once they were on the beach and everything was happening, did it remind you guys of Inuyasha and Kagome? That's what I get from Andy and Fuko, because I've been thinking about this for a while. Like, who they remind me of? They remind me so much of Inuyasha and Kagome. But I loved it when Andy said, you know, like, when you gonna give me some? And Fuko's like, what are you talking about? And Andy was talking about them asteroids, but Fuko thought Andy was talking about something else. And then Andy was chasing Fuko. Fuko was taking off her gloves. And to be honest with you, this is my favorite scene in the whole chapter. Well, I can't say really scene because it's not animated, but panel, okay? This is my favorite panel in the whole chapter. When Fuko turns around and says, Clothy? And then Andy's clothes listens and he says, serves you right. And then Fuko lets him have it. And then right before the unluck hits, Clothy says, wait, hold it. Is this going to hurt me too? Loved it. So Andy gets hit by a truck. Then the force of the truck skips him into the ocean where Jaws is waiting, the shark. It bites the living hell out of him. And then, you know, they have the Andy and Fuko have that little heart-to-heart moment that we all love and melt over and say, oh, you know, whatever. Then, out of nowhere, you know, Andy reaches out for Fuko, and Fuko, you know, lifts him up off the ground and forgets that she doesn't have her gloves on. And then, out of nowhere, Tatiana falls and hits him on the head. All that was good. I love that. Now, one of the things I did notice is that the leader of the union said that Fuko's UNLUCK has the power to possibly kill God. But the way that it is now is not strong enough. So she wants Fuko to fall in love with Andy so her UNLUCK will be strong enough to actually kill God. So that's the long game. Because Ragnarok, she says, it's coming. We all know that it's coming. But that's the long game that they're playing here. They want Andy and Fuko to fall in love with each other so that Fuko's UNLUCK can get strong enough so that she can actually kill God. Overall, great chapter this week. I really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below, what did you think of Undead Unluck this week? Did you like it? Did you hate it? To me personally, this was a really, really good starting point for a possibly very good future arc, you know, the Find Unrepair arc. I'm wondering how these mafia guys are going to interact with Fuko and vice versa. How is Fuko going to act all swanky and act like she's all proper and everything like that? And again, before I go, I have to say, Fuko in that Chinese dress, perfect. Wait, that'll do it. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you next week.